Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Erica and I live in the Pacific Northwest region of the United States, and I live here with my wife and our little pup Effie. I'm really excited to get into today's video, so let's just get rolling with the finished objects. I only have 2 finished objects today, but first one, very exciting. The pumpkin socks. So last time we were chatting, I had just finished the orange version and then I started the second one, but I wasn't sure if I would do orange or do green. And as you can see, I chose green. So I love the matching, kind of mismatching vibe that this gives off. I think they're super, super cute, and I will be releasing a pattern for these, so stay tuned. And these are knit up with the tweed yarn is Knit Picks Stroll Tweed, and then the orange and green are both Malabrigo sock yarn. So the green is the color lettuce and the orange is the color terracotta. And I'm really happy with how these turned out. I love the pumpkins. It's giving fall, but not Halloween. I have a couple Halloween pairs of socks that have jack-o'-lanterns and then bats, but I wanted, like, you know, just fall, just straight up fall, not Halloween. And now that it is September, it's officially fall. So now that I've shown you these, I will be wearing them every day until maybe the middle of October, and then I'll start wearing my Halloween socks. Really happy with these. I still can't believe I designed them myself. When I started knitting, like, I think it's been like 2.5 years, maybe 3 years. I never thought I was ever going to design anything. I never thought I would understand how. It's just like a whole new language when you first start knitting. So I'm just feeling very excited that I'm at this point. And I'm excited that some of you have commented saying you would want to make them so we can all match, which would be so fun. And I would love to see other colors too. Like, I think the green would be really pretty and a super deep green. And then I think I have like a bright orange sock yarn. Yeah, this bright orange, that could be really cute. It would be brighter than this. So yeah, I'm really happy with how these turned out. Okay. My next finished object we also talked about last time, and it is the Oslo hat by Petite Knit. This is the first one I've ever made, and now I'm shocked that I haven't made it before because it was super simple and a really nice mindless knit. Let me try it on for you. This is what it looks like from the front and the side. Truthfully, I don't always love wearing beanies when I have my glasses on. So let's see. There we go. I feel like that's better because sometimes it, like, you can see here, they, like, my glasses get in the way of the brim. So I don't always wear beanies when I'm wearing glasses, but it works. I did this navy blue stash yarn that I had. It's from KNITS Co. I think the color was like petrol blue or something. I'll write it below in case that is the wrong color. Really happy with how this turned out. One funny thing that I find really funny, I finished it and then showed it to my wife and said, try it on, it'll fit your head, because she and I always joke about that we have huge heads, because we do. And she tried it on and she's like, oh my gosh, it looks so good, it fits so well. Is this the biggest? Please don't tell me this is the biggest size. And I just laughed and was like, yeah, it's the biggest size that the hat comes in. So if you have a big head, Petite Knit has got you covered. The Oslo hat comes in like 5 or 6 different sizes, and I have a huge head and it fit in the biggest size. So very, very excited. And it's not tight. I can still, like, with beanies, since they'll stretch a little, I could still usually wear them. But like after a couple hours, if they're a little snug, I'll start to get a headache because my head's so freaking huge. So this is big head Big head approved. Okay, let's get into whips. My voice cracked. Let's get into whips. This one you have probably seen if you've watched some of my other videos, because it is for the knit along I'm hosting with Mariel from What Mariel Made, and it's our Wooliest Dreams knit along. It goes from now until the end of October. Don't worry about finishing your project, just make your dream knit, cast it on, follow both of us on Instagram, and then use the hashtag Wooliest Dreams Cow. And then we're gonna pick a winner. And we have a prize. Oh my gosh. I realized before we weren't talking about what the prize was gonna be, and we have our prize. Okay, so let me grab my phone. Our prize is coming from a fellow knitter who is starting to hand dye yarn. So the way it's gonna work, at the end of the knit along, we will randomly select someone as the winner, and then we'll let Marie know who the winner is, and you'll get to pick out what yarn you want to get. It's going to be 2 skeins of her hand dyed yarn. So I will put in a couple pictures of examples of what you'll be able to choose. She so generously offered this to us because she wants to get her name out there, just like we are trying to get our names out there with our knit along and all help each other. So I'm really excited to see, like, once we choose the winner, what color they go with, because all of her hand dyed yarn is so beautiful. So definitely give her a follow. I'll link her socials below, and then I'll include some photos of the potential colors that she's dyeing up right now. So that being said, this is my Wooliest Dreams knit, and it is the November jacket by Petite Knit. And this is taking a long time because it's brioche and double knitting, but I have officially joined the underarm, and now I'm working back and forth knitting the body. So gonna keep knitting away on it. I really am liking this yarn. It's my first time working with it. It is the Lion brand Fisherman's Wool, and I think this color is called Oatmeal. So it's so squishy. One, because of the yarn, and also the brioche. Super squishy. Very excited about it. I can tell it's going to be really warm and durable when I'm ready to wear it. So I've been working away on this. When I recently went on, sorry if you heard that. That was the needle hitting my tripod. I recently went on a trip with my wife and our dog to the Oregon coast, and it was chilly there and it was so nice. So this was the only thing I worked on while we were on our little vacation, and that helped me get further along, because before our vacation I was only like halfway done with the front panel, like the first front panel before we joined, and I finished the whole left front panel and joined across with the back stitches while on vacation, which was really nice to just get that part done. Back detail for the increases, like, are you kidding me? It's so beautiful. Really liking the way it's looking, and then I'll just pick up stitches and knit in the round for the arms once we get there. Oh, I will say, this is what I want to mention. Picking up for the front from the back panel, so like picking up along here was a little tricky, but I found a YouTube video that had a really good explanation for it, so I will link that down below so you can check it out if you're gonna make this. Because this was my first time picking up stitches for double knitting, and it's a little bit different the way you do it. Like, just reading the pattern, I don't think I would have figured it out, so that's something to keep in mind. I definitely needed the visual aid to be able to pick up the stitches for the double knitting, so I will link that down below. My next whip is a little mitten. I've done the whole mitten except for the thumb, so this is what it looks like minus the thumb. I still need to do that. It's a really pretty arched gusset construction for the mitten, and it's called Simple fingerless mittens with arch gusset, and it's a free pattern on Ravelry, and it just is a really simple mitten with really pretty color work right at the top to give it a little visual interest. And I am using some Let Lopey for it, so I'm using this green color. It just has the number on it, 1407, and then this little scrap for the contrast color. I'm not sure what color this is, but I will find out and let you know. So just using some Let Lopey. It's really not using much. This is I had a full ball when I started these, and I still have more than half left after making one mitten, so it's not using a whole lot. And the instructions are super easy to follow. I think these would also just make a great mitten if you didn't want to do the color work and you're looking for a free little mitt pattern. So you could just knit the whole thing until the ribbing and forget the color work. So that's a good option if you never made mittens before and you don't want to pay for a pattern. My hand is getting hot, so I'm going to take it off. But I'm trying to make little accessories like the beanie and mittens and things to get ready for cold season, so that way by the time it rolls around I already have all the things to keep me warm. Okay, my next whip you have seen before. It is the Guernsey Genser by Stainless Garn. Last time we chatted, I was like right here. I hadn't really started the chart, and so now I've done one chart repeat, and that happened like a couple weeks ago, and I haven't really made any progress since then because I've been working non-stop on my November jacket, and it's taking a bit because of the brioche and double knitting. I'm enjoying working on this still. It's just I'm loving the knit along knit so much. When I first started the chart, so I tried to do the first chart repeat, which are these like cabled X's. I started the chart and I knit a couple rows, and then I realized I was off, like where I was supposed to be using my cable needle was off, so I got frustrated and I ripped back to this portion where I had left off, and then realized it would be a lot easier if I put a stitch marker. Let's see. A stitch marker, you can see them all hanging here, for each pattern repeat, and that might be obvious to people already, but I wanted to mention it because it made such a difference for me. So instead of getting frustrated and trying to count in my head where each pattern repeat should be, I just put in these little markers, and it's made it so much easier. I don't do a ton of cable knitting. I mostly do like color work on socks. So with that, you don't really need these like little markers because it's very easy to see where you change colors. But I realized while doing the cable knitting, it's really difficult for me to keep track of where each pattern repeat starts and ends. So this has helped so much, adding all these little markers in. So if you have struggled with that, definitely give it a try. Maybe that's super obvious and no one needed that tip, but for me, it was game changer because I was getting so mad and I didn't work on this for a while because I had to rip it back, and I was like, are you kidding me? Maybe I'm not meant to do this pattern. But then I thought, wait a minute, I can add stitch markers, and here we are. So I'm going to keep working on this. I probably won't work on it much until I finish majority of the November jacket because that does take a bit to knit, and I would love to finish it by the end of the knit along. I know it's not required, but I just think it'll be really fun. So that is what I'm planning to do. And in case you forgot from last video, this is knit up with double Sunday from Stainless Garn, and then I'm using some drops kid silk. And the color, this is the color Putty, and this is the color Natural, and together they're making a really nice white, off-white white. Okay, I have one more whip to show you, and then a couple acquisitions, which is really fun. So the last work in progress I have to show you is a sock. Here is where we're at, and this is a simple 3x1 sock that I'm making for my wife. So I just got to barely starting the heel flap and this is just a self-drafted ribbed sock that I like to make, and I did the same detail at the top as my pumpkin socks, where I knit 3 rounds and then start doing the ribbing, so then it gives this little pretty pearl bump edge. So I'm doing that with this, and this is going to just be a cute little rib sock for my wife. So this is knit up with the Patton's Croy sock yarn. Yeah, Patton's Croy sock yarn. And oh my gosh, so my local Joann's does not have this, and I know some Joann's do have it. So while we were on our trip at the Oregon coast, we ended up going to a Joann's one day, and not only did they have all of this, and I got so excited, so she picked some out so I can make her socks. They had hand-dyed yarn at Joann's, which I did not even know that they sold that there. So I was looking at all of that hand-dyed yarn. I didn't get any, but between that and then seeing the Croy sock yarn in person, it was a great Joann's trip. I know that seems random that I'm so excited by it, but I've just wanted to see all the Croy sock yarn colors in person. So it was fun looking through all of them, and it's just like a more affordable option if you want to make socks for someone. And it's really durable. I have a couple pairs made with this, and it has lasted so well. I even put one of them in the dryer on accident, and it didn't really felt. It just like, it got a teeny bit smaller, but it didn't felt. So I really like this for socks. Super durable. They last a long time, and I was very excited to see it in person. So we got this one, and then, oh, and this, the self-striping. So I'll probably make a pair of some either basic vanilla socks or like ribbed ones like these with this really pretty self-striping. And it's nice to see it in person, because in the past when I bought this yarn, I would get it on Amazon, and these colors look way different in person than I would have thought, and so I didn't ever think I would like it when I saw it online, but in person I really liked it. So shout out to Joann for having a bigger store that had the yarn that I wanted to look at. And that is my last whip. So let's talk about acquisitions. I have 2 things that I bought while on my trip. Let's see. The first one is some fiber, and let me take it out of the bag. It is from a store in Oregon, Cloverdale, Oregon, called Rod and Reel and Wool and Wheel. That is a tongue twister, and I had to read it because I knew otherwise I was gonna mess it up. So, Rod and Reel and Wool and Wheel. This says the breed is Norwegian. It's 4 ounces, and it was prepared by Napa Valley Fiber, and the woman's name is Debbie Taylor. So thank you, Debbie. I got this really pretty braid, and I love the colors. So the store was super cute. It was a couple, and the husband makes and sells fishing reels and fishing poles, so the rod and reel. And then the wife sells wool, and she had spinning wheels, so wool and wheel. So it was fun going in there and seeing what they've created. I got this. I love the colors. I'm looking forward to spinning it, and I'll probably just use my drop spindle. I'm nowhere near ready to get a wheel yet, but that's a yet. I think it will. I think it will. Lame joke. I think it will happen in the future though. So excited about this. I love the green and the blue and the brown, all the naturally colors that I love. And the other really exciting thing that I found on our trip was at the local farmers market. So there was a woman there selling hand spun yarn, and while she was selling it, she was spinning yarn on her wheel, which I thought was just so cool. So I talked to her for a while, and then I decided to go with this really beautiful poppy color. And this is Falkland wool, hand spun, and it's like a bulky weight. So look at how, oh, my camera is having trouble focusing today. Okay, it's just so nuanced. I love that you can see the different strands that she plied together and just the slight variation in color. I already have an idea of what I want to make with this, and it is the Manhattan hat by Tori Yu. I found it on Ravelry. I just searched beanies and then I searched bulky weight and I found that. And her card says Rosewood Market Northwest, and it looks like she has an email on here, rosewoodmnw@gmail.com. I'll put that down below because she did mention if I ever wanted to order some other time, I could email her or text her. There's a number on here. So if you're interested, she had so many beautiful colors, and yeah, I happened to go with this one. I thought it would make a really pretty beanie for a gray, like dreary day, and then this bright pop of poppy on my head would be cute. So I will be making that, and that might be the next like little accessory I make. It's been fun working on my sweaters and then different accessories other than socks, because I usually just am working on sweaters and socks. So it's been fun to do like the little mitt and then my beanie and socks too, always. But this will be my next cast on, I think, once I finish maybe the mittens. That is everything new I have to show you, but I was shopping my stash because a new pattern came out that I really want to make, and I want to show it to you. So the yarn that I want to use for this pattern is the Fisherman's Wool, and this is the color Nature's Brown. Beautiful, beautiful brown color. And I want to make the Solene cardigan that just came out. I have a feeling once I get more of this done, I'm going to make the Solene cardigan with this brown yarn before I finish my Guernsey genser. I just have a feeling that's gonna happen. I might swatch for this soon because I just can't get that cardigan out of my head. Apparently this is the year I'm making cardigans. I made my dream cardigan, now the November jacket. Now I want to make the Solene cardigan. This is the year of cardigans, I guess. So I'm thinking I'll swatch for this soon, see if I meet gauge. If I do, I might just cast it on in like a week or two when I get more of my November jacket done, because this is like the perfect fall beautiful brown, and I've had this in my stash for like a year and a half. I originally bought it to make the ribbed sleeves by Wool & Beyond, and I swatched for that, but then I just never got around to making it. I think I was worried I wouldn't wear it enough for how much work it would be. Then I swatched it for the Traveler's cardigan by Ozetta, and same thing. I didn't meet gauge, and then I made a second swatch with going down a needle size and my gauge was still off, so then I was like, I don't think I want to make it after all. And now I'm really happy I didn't make either of those, because I would like to make the Solene cardigan in this beautiful brown. I really like the charcoal gray that the designer made hers in, and so this is like charcoal, like dark, but dark like the charcoal but brown, which will be really pretty. I feel like it looks nice with my hair. So I don't usually wear a lot of brown. Maybe that's also why I haven't knit with this yet. So yes, you may see that in the next episode, either my swatch or maybe, who knows, I will have already started the cardigan and knit like half of it. You never know. It just depends how much I get done on this and how into working on everything else I am, because I do really want to make a hat with this for this fall, because it's just so pretty. And I've never knit with handspun yarn before. Not my own handspun yarn, because I'm still very slowly spinning on my drop spindle, what I showed last time for my class. I'm still working on that. And then I have never been somewhere where they're selling handspun yarn, so going to the farmer's market and finding this was very exciting. So I'm very excited about everything. Let me know what you're working on. Also, please feel free to join the Wooliest Dreams knit along. I'm really excited about our prize for our participants at the end, and just remember, you don't have to finish your entire knit. Just start something you've been dreaming about knitting for a while and haven't gotten around to, and now you're ready to make. I hope you're having a great day and a great week, and thank you so much for watching. Thanks!